Superman Legacy is in production. Oh, my bad. Superman is in production.
Yeah, they changed the title.
And a bunch of leaks have been dropping all over the internet. Some innocent ones, some fake ones, and that had the internet in an uproar. But when people saw this logo, a lot of people started to make Zack Snyder comparisons. Many people are saying since the logo looks very similar to a particular Superman storyline, that the entire film is going to revolve around that. And by the end of this video, we'll know if this is a reach or if this makes perfect sense. So production on Superman Legacy began, and they took a massive group set photo, and now that we all know that they've started shooting, a lot of people are trying to siphon some clout. And someone went out of their way to leak a set photo of David Corenswet in Superman attire. Is it real or is it AI?
All right, quick question. Who's to say it's AI and not just simple Photoshop?
James Gunn gives you a perfect reason why. Let's see. Can the man on the left take a photo holding an amorphous black blob while looking through an eyeball of the front of his cap? Can the man on the right's torso grow out of his right hip? Are David Corenswet's hands made of wax? Ask yourself these questions, and I'm certain you'll be able to answer the question on your own. And the reason why a lot of people found it believable was because at a script reading for the Superman film, one of the actors for Hawkgirl, actually, Isabella Merced, took a photo of her name, but on her name tag, it had the new logo for Superman, a black and white version of the Kingdom Come Superman logo, which left the internet going, oh my goodness, what's going on? What is James Gunn cooking? Welcome to another episode of Calyx Encounter, and if you've been here before, hello Calyx. Since everybody started to speculate, James Gunn went out in front of it and dropped the logo himself with the new Superman logo in color. But you know what the irony is?
What's that?
The Zack Snyder comparison started to come in. And
course.
I'm not, no,
Of course.
But look, here's the thing. I understand why. A lot of people are making side-by-side comparisons. You want to know what the similarities are? Just guess, just take a wild guess.
Colors are muted. Mm-hmm. The S is fat.
Exactly.
Oh, there's only two.
They look very similar because of that. And then there's also people that are mocking it because of its texture. There was a lore behind why Snyder's suit looked the way it looked versus this new James Gunn suit, and people are roasting him because they said it looks like a football. It has the texture of a football. But now the internet, because of the logo, has a ton of theories that they're throwing around. Let me read you some of the theories.
Oh boy, here we go. Yo, there's nothing I hate more than some Twitter theories. I hate this part of the show.
Okay, what if this means that he's slightly adapting the Kingdom Come storyline, but instead of Clark exiting retirement, he's inspired by these heroes to enter into the foray?
Few things. I love the Kingdom Come comic. I think it's fire.
Okay.
I have never been a fan of the logo.
Really?
I've never been a fan of the Kingdom Come logo. That's just
Okay.
me. It's not an S. Still a great comic. I love it. Now, for the whole reverse Kingdom Come thing, I think that's dumb. Just don't adapt Kingdom Come in. In Kingdom Come, instead of Superman entering retirement, you want a Superman that's entering the fray. So an origin story. What the fuck? People like, oh, reverse Kingdom Come, an origin story. That's what you're
But you know
saying.
what else too? I think everyone forgot that he also specifically said this is going to be adapted from All-Star Superman. So
That's also another thing that's the stories he want to adapt just don't
kind of need time.
Yeah,
you kind of
it
have to
don't
have
make
Superman
sense
for a little while.
a beginner Superman. Because wanting to adapt All-Star Superman, Kingdom Come Superman is quite literally the equivalent of Snyder wanting to do Dark Knight Returns at BVS.
Yeah.
And everybody had an issue with that.
Another person said the reverse Kingdom Come theory is fire. I get why some people don't think it fits a fresh Superman, which is totally fair, but I think James Gunn can actually do a really cool story this way.
At this point, I don't think anybody has an original thought in their brain. I think everybody saw that tweet. It was like, yeah, let's just all go for it. Me personally, I don't think that sounds interesting at all. A reverse Kingdom Come. Just say you want an origin story.
Look, honestly, I think that everybody's over-analyzing it. At the end of the day, I think that the reason why we have this logo is because it's different enough from all of the other Superman logos that we've seen in our big screen live action adaptation. Further evidence of that is this. On Threads, someone said to James Gunn, cool, it's like a merger of all the symbols from different eras. It has the colors from the classic logo, the shape of the Kingdom Come logo, and the yellow outline of the Thesher logo from the 1940s. And then James Gunn responds with, which means that the dude got the
He got
gist.
it.
Yeah, he
the
understood.
only person with some common sense.
He told us what the influence was going to be. To be honest, if anything, I think the story is going to be that Clark lost his dad, Pa Kent. He probably lost him to cancer. So maybe what it is that we have a Superman that enters a sort of depression state, but he finds his way out of that. It becomes an allegory for how we have to get out of our own darkness. Superman being a light for people. You get what I'm saying? We know that the story is inspired by All-Star Superman and events from real life, what happened to James Gunn. So I'm just putting those two together, and we'll see you in the next encounter.
Peace.